So I just finished doing an amazing social media virtual event. We had over 1,000 people registered and we just blazed through it. And I want to do a deeper dive with you specifically on the opportunities you have for Facebook for 2024. So pay attention, get pencils, pens, notebooks, computers, anything out. Follow along with me because I'm going to go over four things that you need to go into when it comes to Facebook for opportunities. I'm going to tell you the four right now, but one of them is a sleeper. Nobody's paying attention to it, which we'll get into later. But number one, personal Facebook page. I'll show you exactly what to be doing there. Next, Reels, big opportunity. Next, your Facebook business page. And fourth, Facebook groups. Now, with that, let's get into it. First, I want to remind you that when you're looking at Facebook or really any social outlet, there are some key components to building great content. And I don't know about you, but when I build content, I want to make sure that I build content that connects with people. I want to create content that is shareable, that people love, that they can connect with deeper. And so when you're creating content, whatever content it is, and I don't care what platform it's for, this applies to all of them. I was having this conversation with a company that we're helping build out their whole social media marketing arm. And we're revolving around these three things. So pay attention to these three. I've got them written down for you so I wouldn't forget. And that's in no particular order, but it comes to facts. So you can build your social media strategy all around pure facts, saying, hey, here is what's happening in this market. Here's what's happening over here with this specific product that we're building. Here's whatever this is. Here are the numbers. Here are the stats. Here's the market. Number one, facts. Number two, emotions. You've got to play into the emotions of people. So if you've got the facts and only the facts, that could do amazing. You could blow up. But as long as you add another layer to this, which is emotions, you're going to take it even deeper into it. And that means you can add now fun, feelings like sadness, happiness. What are you adding to this that makes it deeper, right? And then the last piece to this is stories. If you layer in a story into this, it becomes now engaging. Now I'm going to remember, for the most part, the story of whatever you're teaching me. And that to me was made super clear as I start teaching all across the nation, as I started teaching all across the United States, and even in some other countries, which was people want to know the story of Lab Coat Agents. How'd you start Lab Coat Agents? How did it grow from 0 to 160,000 all organic people following in a community, highly engaged? I'll show you that group as well. But it really started from me speaking around the United States about one specific thing, and that was online lead conversion. That's all I was talking about, saying, hey, I've got these leads. I can help you convert them. Here's what it looks like. Here's the process. Let me share it with you. And people would come up to me and say, well, Tristan, how does this work? How about this tech? How about this over here? How about this? And I'm like, those are great questions. I can answer some of those, but I can't answer all of them. So my wife said, why don't you start a Facebook group? And so in that Facebook group, I started posting our processes. And people started coming in and saying, oh, I like this. And then they started sharing other things like, well, this is what we do at open houses. This is what we do with farming. And I'm like, this is going a little crazy. This is great. So it was all with the idea of giving out a process, right? Facts. And those facts then leading to more business. I did it in the form of storytelling, saying, hey, I've got this client and this is where I got them from. This is what happened next. This is what we did at the end. So it was like the story mixed with facts and not a lot of feelings. Maybe people read feelings into it, right? The emotions, satisfaction, happiness, whatever it was. But the whole idea behind it is you've got to post into Facebook. Here's what we're focusing on with more of these three things. And if you focus on those, you're going to start doing a lot better. A lot of the times I just see only facts. And I want you to challenge yourself in the things that I'm going to show you right now. I want to challenge you to add these dimensions into them. And that's, I want you to add facts. I want you to have emotions into it. Tell me a story, right? That's the third one. Make it a fun story. Make it a sad story. Make it something to engage. Maybe make it suspenseful. What happens after this? So that's really the key in everything that you want to do. Here we go. First one I want to touch on is simply, and I'm going to share my screen with you on this one. I want to do more of a reminder on this. So follow along with me. And number one is, here we go. Went to Wiki and I brought to you the most visited websites in the world as of, what was it, December 2023. Here it is. And if you look at SEMrush and SimilarWeb, this is all on Wiki, you can see here Google is still number one, hands down. Number two is YouTube, right? Connected directly to Google. And number three is Facebook on both of these. Once you get to number four, it starts switching around here depending on what metrics they use. But you see Twitter is number 6 and 5, and then Instagram is 8 and 4. Those are the top, and if you want to look further, TikTok's 14 and 13. Pretty equal there. And then LinkedIn goes a little further down, 25 and 20. That's probably where I would focus. Main three here, Google, YouTube, Facebook. With that, I want to take you to first, I want to take you to my personal. This one's my personal account. I may have to switch it out of my business page so then I can show you exactly what this is. When it comes to your personal, the biggest opportunity you have is to switch over to digital creator. 2024, we're seeing a lot more of the authentic piece connecting with people, personal. You don't have to worry so much about editing. I'm shooting this with my computer, so you don't have to really go deep, right? I'm recording this and then I'm just uploading it with very few edits, actually no edits, just the beginning and the end. That's how easy this has gotten. So make sure that when you're switching over to digital creator, you have the opportunities now to post and engage with people. See this one right here, I posted just a little bit ago, and this one I posted about a day ago, and it's static. And let me go back to you to talk to you. It's a static post, meaning it's written words. And in some cases, it could be a picture of written words or a picture of you. But now I'm thinking this is going to be shareable. I'm thinking along the lines of anything that I'm posting here, I want people to be able to engage with because it's bringing out some emotion, some feelings. And sometimes they feel it so much that they want to share it and engage with it. So if you take a look at just this one alone, this one had 355 likes, 30 comments, and 2 shares. Not bad. I would have enjoyed more shares on this one. And if we take a look at the insights, because I switched it from regular personal account to digital creator, by the way, you can do that right here with the 3 buttons. You can switch over and change your profile status, change it to professional right here, and then you can dive in deeper there. That's a whole different class, pretty quick though. But if I take a look at the insights here, and now I go and I say, okay, this one had a reach of 4,285, and post impressions 4,307, and the engagement didn't do too bad here. Right now you can see all the reactions there. Now, since this one did pretty well, what I could do is I could go here and boost it if I want to just get more awareness out there. Not necessarily going to get me any leads from this, but again, I'm going for people to get to know me more, to engage with me more, get lots of followers. So I try to pick the ones that maybe do 500, 600. I don't know. For you, maybe that's 50 because you typically get less, right? But when you're looking at the opportunity here to be able to grow your channel, your personal page in this case, pick the ones that have a lot of love, a lot of likes. Now, if I scroll down, this one had, look at this one, almost none, 12 likes. If I go to this one, that had a little bit more engagement. But if you look at the posts that are static, they actually do pretty well. 11 shares, 280 likes. I can keep on going down. This one didn't do too bad. I can go through and take a look at which is one of our next ones. But this one had 309, 15 shares. So I could, in essence, choose any of these good ones, boost it. And what happens on the boosting, it's not throwing away money as long as you know that boosting isn't going to get you any direct leads, but it will get you some of the brand recognition that you're looking for. And in some cases, if people connect with these posts that did well, they'll follow you. And that can create some more growth, which is what you're probably looking for. So that is number one. Personal page, you need to be touching on the emotional part of this, and that will require you to think about what type of posts can I put up there that connects with my audience. And you've got to take a look at who your audience is. Because I'm a digital creator, I want you to do the same thing. If I scroll up and I take a look at the tools right here, click on tools, go to my audience, I can take a look at who is following me and what age group. So the age group, the main age group that I've got here is age 35, I would even say to 64. This one's pretty high. And the majority of my followers, I would say, are women, 57%. So if I'm looking to who is following me, what they follow, I know that a lot of them are real estate agents or business owners. And so what can they relate with, right? Well, it's not easy being a business owner. So a lot of the stuff that I have has a lot to say about that specifically. So think about who your audience is. Think about what you're posting for them, right? And so let me go back out of this. When you're thinking along those lines, say, okay, got it. Now I know. Personal page, Facebook. I want to create content that's shareable by my audience more and allow them to connect with the things that I'm posting. That was number one. Ready? Number two here. Let me go into Facebook, switch over. This one's the sleeper. Now let me find it for you. This one is the one that I think people are sleeping on only because we've been told by so many different people that this is kind of like you shouldn't be doing it. It doesn't work. It's just a thing of the past. But let me tell you from personal experience, as of 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, this is working so much better than I thought. And I want you to go back to your business page. I want you to go back to your business page and I want you to take a look at what you're posting. Again, think of the same idea behind posting to attract people, to attract the audience that you want, more importantly, to get them to share and engage with whoever you want your audience to be. For me, for this specific thing, I tested something out and it ended up working. It ended up being my first post. And let me share then my screen with you. This is my business page. See Tristan Ahumada. It's not my personal page. I've just got two of the same names. This is business only. And here on the right, I'm going to zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in here for you. This one, I posted it December 13th, almost, I was 3 weeks ago. And it was the first post I had done about books. In fact, I said a great little book that you can pick up and read. And I did a quick summary, not too long, but readable, digestible. And I thought, okay, I love reading. And so I'm going to share this. And then if you go down, here's a picture of a book, super simple. And then this is what surprised me. 3,200 likes. At the time, I only had 2,000 followers, and I got 30 comments, and this was the biggest surprise, 2,400 shares. What I'm watching happening now, if I go to the insights, I'm watching 704,000 post impressions. That's pretty crazy. And if I go over here to take a look at the professional dashboard, I can see other things, right? Post reach, 800,000, post engagement, 18,000. So it's doing pretty well. I can take a look at who my audience is. A little different, slightly different than the other one. Still same women, but what I noticed is that this increased a little bit more, the younger age group. But what I'm looking more importantly is a lot of professionals, a lot of influencers are saying, hey, Facebook pages don't work, stop doing them. And they're actually wrong. What I'm watching, and that's why I tested it out, I'm like, wait a second, I know that Facebook has been really focused on revamping their business page. And so I know they want us to invest more money into our business pages and run ads, but I know they're interested in organic. This was all organic. Now, what I could do, since it performed so well, I could put $20, $30 behind it. And I know it did well, so it's going to even do better when I put a little bit of money behind it. So this is the sleeper. I want you to start using your business page, but think about what you're posting. Think of, is what I'm about to post shareable? Can people engage with it? Does it call to them? Because there's either something they're learning, factual. Is there something that it's making them feel, right? What is it? And is there a story behind it? And I had all three in that post. If you want to look for it, it's in my business page. But that is number 2. Please start using your business page. Make a plan. Number 3. Number 3 is probably something you've heard of because it's not out of the ordinary. Let me log back into my personal page. And number 3 is something that's worked so well with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts has got it. And of course, you guessed it, it's Reels. Facebook is blowing up when it comes to Reels. They're always a little late to the game for some reason. I think they rely on Instagram to do a lot of the heavy lifting for connecting with that younger audience, and they leave everything else for Facebook. It's like, oh, that worked? Okay, fine, we'll put it up on Facebook. But what we're noticing is that Reels in general are working extremely, extremely well. And if I go over, let me see if I can share my screen with you so you can understand how well Reels are working. I'm going to, again, share my personal page. Here it is. And you can see here right in the middle, I'm going to zoom in here. Now, it may look different for you because I know Facebook runs a few thousand different types of Facebook pages. So this may be somewhere else. It may be under the More section. But for me, it's right here. And I'm going to click on Reels. And now you're able to see all the Reels that I've created. You can see some perform well. I just did this one, 1,000, 1,000. The whole idea behind you doing Reels is just making short content that connects with people. And Facebook is rewarding you a lot for doing these short Reels because a lot of people now are engaging with these short videos. Now, I don't want you to only focus on this. I want you to add the other 2 components to this, meaning you're posting to your personal page, either static or pictures, and you're paying attention to what people are engaging with, right? You're also, what I want you to do is focus on your business page. Don't let your business page die. There are 2 separate things, right? But still post to your business page because Facebook is putting a lot of love on your business pages. Just make sure that it's shareable, something that you can share. Now, third is this one, the Reels. I want you to focus on Reels because Reels are the thing that right now specifically Facebook is rewarding. There's a reason that they're the 3rd most visited website in the world. And that's because they keep on adding the things that people want. People want short videos. Now, they also want long videos. They also want Facebook Lives. But the short videos is really where it's at with Facebook when it comes to video. Now, the fourth one. The fourth one, you probably already guessed it. It's my specialty, more so than my personal page, right? Fourth one is their groups, Facebook groups. And let me tell you, that's probably the most powerful thing that Facebook has, because nobody really does groups like Facebook. There's LinkedIn groups, there's X communities, and that really is the extent on social media. You can call some messenger groups or communities, but in all reality, when it comes to groups, nothing beats Facebook. And so I would say your biggest opportunity is creating and engaging with groups. This group is one of our groups, Lab Code Agents, and it's for real estate agents specifically. Now, I know that my friends, we have a whole bunch of groups, but we have one like for Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss has a community just for their specific product. We've got 18,000 people there. And then we've got one called Living, let me see if it pops up here, Living North Phoenix. It might not pop. There it is. Living North Phoenix. It's got 26,000 almost members, and it's specifically for people that live or want to live in the Phoenix area. It's created by my friend Blair Ballin, and here he uses it to engage the community and post to it, but he gets business out of it. Now, the biggest opportunity you have when it comes to groups is two things. One, engage with groups that you're in so people get to know you. And number two, probably create a community or a group that falls along the lines of things that you love, things that you absolutely love doing. Like when I created Lab Code Agents, it was specifically for one thing, and that was to teach agents how to convert online leads, and then it blew up to something else. For Blair, it was specifically for living in the North Phoenix area. So then he'd provide all the information, what to do, where to eat, all that good stuff. And for Follow Up Boss, like you saw, it's just their product, very niche. What about you? When it comes to groups, your biggest opportunity is going to be thinking about what you love doing. And I've got a whole set of questions for that. If I have it open or handy, I will share it with you right now, which I think I do. Yeah, I do. All right. So here's what I go through when it comes to identifying what I'm great at. In fact, I did a whole podcast on this. Let me share this with you. And I made a flow chart on something called MindMeister. You might like MindMeister. You might know it. One of my friends told me about it a couple of years ago. And here, let me show you now that I have it, what it looks like. Hopefully it shows. Perfect. So I've got this flow chart, and I want you to focus on these 4 questions. In fact, take a snapshot. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. Take a snapshot of these 4. And if you answer these questions, you'll get a better idea of what type of group you should create. In fact, you'll probably get a better idea of how to show up on social media, which is, what do I love? What am I good at? Who's my audience? What's my job? Take a snapshot. I'll give you a second. Let me see. I think you can get there it is. And look, if you're missing it and you need it, I'll send it over to you. Just message me. But the idea is, why don't you niche down on something that you absolutely love? Because this gets hard, building a group. It's not easy. And you deal with so many different personalities. And the good thing is you can find other people that love these things too. Makes it a lot easier to show up. So, in recap, the 4 opportunities you have in Facebook 2024. I'll do it reverse. Groups, open one, participate in them. Number 2, reverse. I guess that would be number 3 because I did number 4 first. Number 3, now I lost count, so I'm just going to go with Reels. Reels, number 2, so 4, 3, 2. I shouldn't have done it this way. Is your business page. Use it. Don't fall for what other people are telling you. This thing works massively. You saw what I just did. And number one, your personal page, change it to digital creator, use it, track who's your audience. Think about that. Post so people can share it. Let people engage with facts that you provide, with the emotions that they get from reading it, and the stories that you're telling. Hopefully this helps. Dive in. Any questions you have, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you again for listening. I'll talk to you soon.